All right, we are back with another Prize Picks video. This one is going to be for college football for the week of October 21st. So got a lot of good games, obviously. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are growing like crazy. We actually just passed 1,000 subscribers, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. It's also the month anniversary, if you want to call it that, of the channel starting. So we've been growing like crazy, and we've been consistent. At least a video a day, usually multiple video days across all sports. So we've had a lot of fun, and again, I can't thank you guys enough for the growth, and yeah, hopefully we continue to do it. I'm going to give you guys 5 picks, 5 free picks. Going to go over the analysis like I always do. Now, I will say I am traveling right now, and I'm in a state that doesn't allow college football on like PrizePicks and Underdog, and PrizePicks doesn't even give me a tab. I can't even look at them. So I know I said PrizePicks video, that's what I always say, but we will be looking at these picks on Underdog. I won't even be able to submit them either. I tried to get a VPN, and both the websites knew that I was using the VPN, so couldn't get around it. I'm going to hopefully have a friend or something put them in for me, but I've been doing hours of research. I have a ton of picks for you guys, and if you're interested in my total cheat sheet for college football, and I have NFL this week, definitely my email is going to pop up on the screen right now, but it's also in the description. Hit me up. We can talk about the price, but I'm also very generous in terms of that. So let's get into the picks, kind of a longer intro here. But again, just a preface, I will be showing them on Underdog. They should be on both sites. But first pick, we're going to go to Kyle Monangai, I think is his name. Monangai, yeah, 65.5 rushing yards. So interestingly enough, I think this is low. I don't know why on PrizePicks. We'll talk about Elijah Badger in a second here. Or on Outlier here, Monangai. He's at 73.5, so I'm not sure if that's an error on Outlier's part, if other sportsbooks have him differently, if Underdog's, undervaluing this. But I do it at 73.5 also. Let's go ahead and look at the stats here. He's gone over this in 4 of the 7 games, so decent history on the year. And then his matchup's just great. Going up against Indiana, who allows 157.5 rushing yards per game, which is ranked 91st in the country. So kind of 2 checks already, solid for the history of 2023, and a great matchup here. He's also the number 1 back by a lot, 46.9% of the carries, 120 rush attempts on the year, only really rivaled by the quarterback himself. So he's going to be their guy in a rush-heavy offense as well. And game script is also on our side here as well. Rutgers minus 5.5. So if they can stay in front against this Indiana team, they should be running the ball down the stretch. So honestly, this is probably a home run bet. And if you can get it 65.5 on Underdog, I think that's a home run. So Kyle Monangai is going to be our first bet here. Next up, we're going to be going to Cam Johnson. We got all overs today as well. So if you like watching these the games, you're going to be rooting for some overs, which is always fun. Cam Johnson, 33.5 receiving yards. Let's jump into his page here. Cam Johnson, not the player on the Nets. 33.5 receiving yards. We're going over. Obviously, crazy history as you can see right here. 2023, he's gone over this in 6 of 6 games. And then going to the matchup, receiving yards allowed for this Nebraska team, 247.2 yards allowed in the air, which is ranked 96 in the country. So love to see that. And another positive game script here. Northwestern is plus 11.5 in this game. So they should be slinging the ball. Hopefully they keep it close. And Cam Johnson, collects a few receiving yards. He is also their number 1 target here at 22.8% of the targets. Looks like they definitely share the wealth a bit, but he's their number 1 guy. 44 targets on the year. So liking Cam Johnson at 33.5 a lot. And I keep instinctively going to PrizePicks, but they're not letting me bet. Troy Franklin, it's going to be our next one. 98.5. This is trending upwards. I think it was 96.5 a bit ago. That's always, people don't like to play bumps. Obviously, there's a certain point where you don't, but you can tell it's trending in the right direction. So at least the money is. Troy Franklin over 96.5. It's 98.5 on Underdog. 2023 has gone over this in 5 of 6 games. So love to see the history in 2023. And again, matchup really, really good. Receiving yards allowed 272.7, which is ranked 119th in the country for this Washington State team. So great history for 2023. Another great matchup. Obviously, a ridiculous player. Whenever your line's at almost 100 for receiving yards, and pass rate about 50-50. He's obviously the number one guy. 53 targets on the year, 23.3% of the target share. So really, really loving Troy Franklin. Now they are favorites here at 7.5, -7.5 for Oregon. But you know, if it's close, if they're going up against a good USC team, or Washington, is it Washington? Yeah, good Washington team. I forget exactly what their record is, but if they keep it close, a 7.5 spread, obviously not the biggest spread in the world. So hopefully Trey, can do his damage early. But if they need to, down the stretch, get him involved, obviously that's another plus. But it doesn't seem to matter. He's gone over this in absolute blowouts. 42-6 win here, 42-6 win again here. So he's able to get it almost regardless of the outcome. So Troy Franklin over. That's going to be the third pick. And then the last two are going to be kind of a combo, quarterback to receiver combo. We're going to go to Trenton Boser. We are going to go over for him as well, higher. And let's go check out his page. Now, I will say he's been injured, or he was injured at the beginning of the year. He's back now the past 2 games. He's killed it the past 2 games. The one hesitation I have, it's not the injury, it's the spread on this game. ASU is plus 26.5 against a really, really good Washington team. A team that's given up a lot of yards, in the air, mostly because people are trying to catch up to them. But that's my only hesitation. If it's an absolute blowout, I think if they can keep it within 20, Boser continues to get the offense running a little bit. I think that's when the line looks really, really good. He's crushed it. He's crushed the 225 line in the 2 games he's played. So again, not really worried about the injuries coming off of. But again, odds are looking good. Matchups looking good. Game script is looking good if they can keep it relatively, close. Don't lose by 50. So Boser is definitely a guy I'm looking at today. And I'm liking his number 1 receiver as well. That's going to be the combo for us. It's going to be Boser and it's going to be Badger. So let's go get Badger here. Badger. We'll kind of talk about him similarly or together. ASU. I don't know why it didn't show up. 58.5 receiving yards. This will be the combo for us. We already looked at Badger. We already looked at Boser here. He's killed it. I think he should be able to get this line. Let's go look at Badger now. He has played all of the games. So he has gone under in 2 of the 6 games, over in 4 of the 6. So solid history in terms of 2023. And the games that Boser has been at the helm, he's gone over in both games, 75 and then a big game at 134. These games were close. That's the only scary thing that, you have these inklings in your head. You're like, is that it? Is it looking good? Is it looking good? But I'm sticking with it. That was my gut feeling to start. These are both close games. Obviously, this one might not be. But again, if they can get their offense running a little bit, Badger's the number 1 receiver here. 25.2% of the target share on 55 targets for the whole year. A pass-heavy offense, 61% of the passing or of the plays are from passing. And again, we know they're going to be playing from behind, so they should be slinging the ball a lot. So yeah, that's gonna be the combo here. So kind of to recap what we got: Kyle Monangai, 65.5 rushing yards. Really liking him. Matchup, what he's done this year. That's almost like a home run bet in terms of everything, game script, matchup, history. So really, really liking him. Cam Johnson, another really, really good looking bet here. Over 33.5 receiving yards. Number 1 target, positive game script, and a great matchup. Troy Franklin, obviously, excellent receiver. 98.5 yards seems like a lot, but he's gone over that in 5 of 6 games. So he's been killing it. Another great matchup. And then Boser and Badger, kind of the combo here, with a tiny, tiny bit of hesitancy in terms of, will the game be an absolute 50-point blowout? But I don't expect it to be. I think they're going to get it going a little bit at least, and they'll both pass their yardage. But that's going to do it for the video picks. Again, if you're interested in the entire cheat sheet for college football and NFL, I have literally more than 50 picks on that cheat sheet, all based off this analysis. If you're curious on what it looks like, this is what last week's was. I will say we went 19-1 in the week prior before this. Obviously came back down to earth, went 16-12-1 in these picks. But you get not only the picks, you get the analysis on top of the picks. This was a stack that didn't hit, so if we expect if one doesn't hit, they're all not going to hit. vice versa. If one hits, they should all hit. Here, like this little one, Joe Milton III, has gone over in 4 or 5 games. As you can see, Tennessee is a -3. Texas A&M only allows 184.8 passing yards, which is ranked 21st. They were up in this game, so it's a very good positive game script, like I mentioned here. His combo is Squirrel White. If it's kind of like if it doesn't show a gap between them, that means it's a combo. Briggs, I go into the target percentage. He's behind Davin Booth. Less opportunities. He was able to get there. I color code it once the games are done. But yeah, I do it for myself, but I want to have you guys have that access if you want it. So definitely email me if you're interested in that. So that is college football. I have like 24 plays on my cheat sheet right now, and I'm just going to add to them. I'm going to look at them later on today as well. So 24 extra, or I guess probably 20 extra college football picks, and I'm doing NFL as well. I have like 26 picks on NFL. Haven't done a video on that, but I will probably tomorrow. But you want to get access to these picks before all the bumps happen. So definitely email me down below. We'll talk about a price. That will do it for this video. Again, just continue to subscribe. We continue to grow. Like the video so more people can see it. And comment down below. Do you hate one of these picks? Do you love all these picks? Are you tailing? Let me know. Let's start up. Peace out.